Please sit comfortably alert in a dignified and noble posture. Oh, I mean it. Come on. Sit comfortably alert in a dignified and noble posture with your hands on your laps, with your back straight, your feet flat on the earth. Avert your gaze or close your eyes, whatever you're comfortable with. Soften the muscles underneath your eyes. And bring your awareness to your breathing, placing your awareness on a point of focus, whether it be your nostrils, feeling the inhalation, the coolness, or the exhalation, the warmth. You might bring your focus to your chest, rising and falling, to your diaphragm, expanding and contracting. And if your awareness begins to wander, simply bring it back to the breath, to the most natural movement. If you feel comfortable, increase your inhalation and exhalation, feeling your mind become clear and your shoulders relaxed. Take a deep breath in and feel the pause between the inhalation and the exhalation. If your mind begins to wander, simply bring it back to the breath. Riding the wave of your breath like a wave moves in and out to the shore. Take a deep breath in and do an audible exhalation. Good evening. And you say good evening back. This is the way I begin each of my high school classes throughout the school year, except my students experience 3 minutes of meditation between the chimes and the gong. I learned this practice some 14 years ago under Lucille Burt, a now retired wonderful teacher at Arlington High School. And I'll admit that my interest in this practice as a new teacher was its benefit to me. At the beginning of class, everyone was seated, they were totally silent, and then they were looking at me, and we said good morning or good afternoon. Over the years, I've become much more interested in the benefit of meditation for my students. And today I'd like to share with you 3 ways that you might incorporate meditation into your classroom to make an effective life skill that students can use forever. The first suggestion I would offer is to explain the benefits of meditation, both to parents, administration, and to your most important constituency, the students. I've been fortunate to have a very supportive administration, although when I was a new teacher, I made sure to call it stillness, not meditation, because back then the associations with Buddhism made me nervous. I would be accused I was teaching religion. However, with the use of meditation in healthcare, in business, even in the military and prisons, my need to justify the practice is non-existent. I do have to justify it to my students, who at first think it's awkward or goofy or weird, but I try to share with them not only will it help them prepare mentally and focus for my class, but also that they can use the practice in their own lives, whether it to be prepare for a performance, like this one, to prepare for an athletic competition in order to maintain their calmness in a difficult conversation, or simply to relax in the evening after school when their minds are really tumultuous, full of all of the chaos of high school life. The next thing that's important to do is to establish a routine for your meditation practice in your classroom. You may not do it every day, you may do it once a week. And I always open the same way with the chimes, and I always end with the gong. I give simple, clear directions. I invite them to the meditation practice. I don't give commands, and I recognize and accept that some days they may not feel like it. I offer varied ways during the last 2 minutes. They may listen to music that has lyrics. They may listen to music that is has no lyrics. They may listen to nature sounds. I may lead them on a guided meditation, maybe a relaxation exercise, maybe a visualization of a peaceful place. Sometimes I don't speak at all, especially through the year as I use scaffolded instruction, and I offer fewer verbal cues so that they become better practitioners themselves. As far as the routine from the beginning of the year, I never ever start with 3 minutes because it will fail. I give them 30 seconds. They always beg for more. I give them 30 seconds, then a minute. And I explained to them I would never put you on the varsity team before you showed promise on the freshman and JV teams. And I also give them slight, subtle competition, suggesting perhaps, like you were the best meditators I've seen all day, that maybe they advance faster than their colleagues. I also make sure that students never sabotage the practice. I don't correct them during meditation. I talk to them afterwards. And I also train them not to open the door if they're tardy, if they see the lights off and that we're meditating. It's really important to keep that sacred space. Finally, I never, ever punish them by taking away meditation. In fact, their biggest reward each quarter is a 45-minute meditation, full on, lying down on mats with yoga eye pillows. And so I want to make sure that they know that this is an important practice and not something that I'm going to hold over them. Perhaps the best way that I can enforce their participation, even if they don't have buy-in, is that I express to them and repeat to them that these 3 minutes might be the only time in the entire day that their classmates have a moment to themselves. That in the chaos of the classroom, the chaos of the hallway, the chaos of their colleagues' lives, that this might be the only 3 minutes that somebody can escape all that, or at least process it in a quiet space. My final tip for you is that I reinforce the discipline of meditation. And I think in education, very often, we talk about discipline as a negative. I had to write up a discipline slip, we had to do a discipline contract, and discipline is really a focused study of a particular topic. And in this case, every day for 3 minutes, they have a focused study of themselves, their own perceptions, what they're feeling that day, what they're thinking that day, and they become much more expert at noticing what is going on around them and how they're reacting to it. At the same time, the better you get at something, you might become complacent. So I remind them that with curiosity, each moment of meditation can bring a new experience. I have a website, a Google Doc, where I've shared some resources should you be interested in using meditation. You might use it with any age. My own children are 3 and 5, and they do meditation each night. I'd like to leave you with one idea about meditation as a lifelong practice. I'm not sure if you know Louis C.K. He's a kind of irreverent comic. And I won't quote him for obvious reasons, but I did read something in a Rolling Stone interview. He talked about parenting, and he said that the only useful thing that parents can really do is offer their children some mechanism for dealing with all the crap that they're going to face in their lives. And it's actually a Buddhist philosophy, if you think about it. It accepts the fact that human suffering is inevitable, that disappointment, despair, doubt, they're all going to be something that we each experience. And I think that in our rabid, achievement-focused culture that is so competitive that one of my students told me, I have to be good in everything. I have to be not only good, but better than everybody else, even in things I don't care about. And if meditation is one way that I can help them when they face the inevitable disappointment, the suffering and joy of life, then I think that I've been somewhat useful. Thank you.